Now, messed up little girl from Mississippi. You may not remember this, but Pastor Paula White was here at a book signing. And I was going through some things in my own life at the time, and she probably doesn't even remember it. But she gave me a word when I was really on the verge of giving up and quitting and not wanting to do anything. And it's so awesome that I'm sitting here today with her, because sometimes we impact people's lives and we have no idea how. You have a son, but if you had a daughter, or I were your daughter, and I came to this conference, what would you want me to get from it?
Wow, that's a great question. I want you to get the individual package that God has for you, because there are going to be people sitting here that have different needs, different desires, different situations, and I believe God is big enough to give a word. That word will be so relevant and so right on to be received for that individual purpose. Ultimately, I want you to walk away knowing that God is for you, that God is with you, and that you have that personal relationship and connection with God, that you're not walking through this journey alone, but you find your purpose, you fulfill your purpose, and you're empowered by God to do your purpose.
Wow. I'm sitting here with you right now, and this is supposed to be our interview. But it's like I'm sitting here, and you just have this awesome energy. And sometimes you see people on TV, and it's like, well, they're great on TV. But it's TV, and I am not getting that from you. And believe me, people that watch my show know that. I would say, yeah, But I think this is great what you're doing. Let's talk about your foundation work and what you want people to get, and the last message that you want to leave people with here today.
If there's anything that I am most proud of, and that's hard to say, but it's the opportunities God's afforded me to do around the world. I'm passionate, especially for causes with children and with women. I love doing things like this, education on domestic violence. This month we are focusing on Water is Life, and 5,000 children die every single day because they do not have clean water. Wow. And we are partnering with a great organization that can take an incredible filtered system through this little thing that looks like a straw, and whether it's a mud hole or wherever a child is, we're targeting specifically in Africa.
Wow. Okay.
They can drop that in and get clean water. That's one of our projects. As many people know, we'll this next month do Back to School Bash, which we've done for almost 18 years, recognizing that people don't understand in America there are multitudes of children that will go back to school and they will not be properly clothed. They won't have a new pair of tennis shoes. They won't have a backpack. They won't have school supplies. So before they even get started, they will be set back. And people say, well, what's the big deal? It's one thing to be poor. It's another thing to feel poor. When my father committed suicide when I was 5 years old, I came from a pretty well-to-do family, and we lost all financial security overnight, literally. I knew what it was in first grade to go to bed hungry many nights. I knew what it was to have 2 outfits. I knew what it was, my little heat hall overalls, for children to make fun of me and to have to mask through and be the tough kid or be the funny kid because of all the insecurities and all the pain. That's not just a head knowledge that I have. That's a personal experience I've walked through. And I have reached out most of my life since getting saved, almost 26 years now, and just simply picked up another Paula and said, let me show you what the love of God can do. And it's more than just telling someone God loves you. It's showing them in a tangible way. And to some child, it might be a backpack or inoculation so that they don't get disease. But if I can just make a small difference, and so our humanitarian efforts continue to reach out around the globe from our own backyard to worldwide. And that's the excitement that I have, that God's given me the opportunity to change one life at a time.
You have no idea. You have no idea. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
I feel a sisterhood spirit.
And I hear that you are like, T.D. Jakes is your father, and you're all right. She's all right. Listen, thank you. I love you.
I love you
thank
too.
You.
And I'm proud of you. I'm glad you didn't quit.
I'm glad it didn't either. Let's hope that this takes us somewhere. Thank you. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with our final guest. All right, we'll be right back with more.